Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. So, what are we talking about today? Well, this is the weekend, right? So, we can go off the rails just a little bit, right? So, today we're going to talk about doing little things for other people. And do you get a payoff? So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it, and this is the weekend. We do the weekday, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, I kind of go off the rail a bit at times and talk more personal development. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we're talking about doing the little things for other people, and we're not doing them to get some validation from them. We're doing it to get that feeling inside that you did good. See, if you look for validations from other people, you're going to be let down constantly. And what do I mean by that? I mean, when you do something for somebody else for the right reasons, and that is to because it's the right thing to do, a lot of times the other person doesn't show any appreciation. And for some of them, they don't notice that something good was done until they get home and it's too late to thank you. So, if you're out there doing things for other people because you need a validation from them telling you that you're a good person, you're going to be let down a lot because it's just not going to happen. That has to come from within. That has to come from within, that you know that you did a good thing. And that's good enough. You know, it's like yesterday in the Walmart. I went in just to grab some Thin Mints for my wife and to check out the toasters because my toaster had gone kaput that I use in the morning for breakfast. So while I was in there was an older woman, and she was in one of those motorized carts that Walmart and most of the other stores have now. And the box of crackers that she wanted was on the very top shelf. And even when she got out of the unit and stood on her own 2 feet, she still wasn't tall enough to reach it. And she asked me, she said, "Would you mind helping me get this box of crackers?" I said, "Absolutely." So I grabbed the box of crackers and I said, "Did you want one or two?" And she said, "Just the one." And she said, "Thank you so much. I've asked 3 other people and they just walked right by me." Really? Have we become that blind to what's going on around us? Why would 3 people walk by someone that is asking politely, "Could you help me?" No, I'm not a Walmart employee. I'm just somebody in there trying to get a couple things of my own. But not to take a minute to try to help somebody else, to me, just doesn't define logic. It's like, no way. And she's like, "Yeah." And she said, "Thank you so much for taking the time." Not a problem. Glad to help. And then it came to checkout. And there was this younger woman that had kids in tow. And the kids were starting to get unruly, like kids do. Never fails. I can remember when our kids, they'd sleep the whole time in the vehicle, but the minute we'd go into the store, they wouldn't stop screeching until we were back out in the vehicle. So letting her ahead of me just so she could get checked out, you know, was worth having her smile and say thank you. That's a big payoff because both people had recognized something you had done that didn't take you much effort for making their day better. And then finally, it was the young lady that was doing the checkout, telling her, thank you so much. Have a great day. Because she looked like she needed to feel appreciated. Because most of the customers wouldn't even give her eye contact and complaining bitterly about the prices of things and how slow the line was going and could you speed it up. It's when did it become all about me? Because that's what I hear most people when they're talking. It's what's in it for me. It's not how can I help you. It's what's the payoff for me. And for me, the payoff doesn't need to come from them. It comes from within me of knowing I did a good thing. And it didn't take much effort on my part. Because I don't look for outside validation to have people tell me I'm a good person. I already know that. Because I've seen people do things that were nice to do, but they were doing it because they needed that outside validation. You know, what am I talking about? Look, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but for you as an individual, there's a better way. All right? So, someone is having a walk or run for cancer. And you know those people. They're the first ones to volunteer, but they got to be somewhere in the limelight. If they're not validated by other people saying that they're a good person, and I've seen people try to get validation that way and still not feel like they're a good person because they know deep inside that they're there looking for that validation. They have to get in the limelight. They're not the ones that are working all week long to get ready for that weekend outing. They're the ones that show up that morning and want to get somewhere where they're seen by a lot of people volunteering. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Volunteering is good. But if you're volunteering because you need outside validation, then what I'm trying to come across as there's a better way. You don't need that outside validation. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt to get it. I'm just saying you don't need it. If you can change your mindset to pulling it from within, that I'm here, I'm trying to do a good thing. It doesn't matter whether I'm in the backdrop or whether I'm in the forefront. I'm there because I know it's a good thing. So if I run into a couple people that are snooty, snobby, or what have you, it's not going to change my day because I don't need their outside validation to tell me I'm doing the right thing. And the ones that I'm talking about, and this may be you, I don't know. But if you don't get that outside validation from the people coming to the event or your co-helpers, you become pissed, irate, and swear you're never going to volunteer ever again. if you don't get that outside validation. And you guys know the people, and maybe you're one again, maybe not, but they can't help but tell everybody all the great things that they did that day because they need that outside validation. It doesn't take just a second to help somebody. It happens all day long. It just depends upon where and how you're looking at it. And that also carries over to our work, And like with the shop charges half the going rate. And it's not because we're not worthy of what the other shops are charging. It's because we feel that half the going rate is more than enough. And the people that we have a tendency to attract are ones that don't have a lot. Okay? Would it be nicer to be in a wealthy community? Probably not. Not for me. We were doing road calls yesterday. And when I tell a customer no charge, it's not because I enjoy working for free. It's because I notice that they're trying to keep their head above water. And I notice their struggles of being beat down and ready to give up. Smile. Because A, somebody recognized their struggles. B, somebody did something without expecting anything in return other than seeing that smile. I don't want my customers to choose between heat or groceries for that week versus paying us. I don't. I have a warm house and I have food in my cupboards. I'm not going without. Yet I feel that most people need to go without sometime in their life so that they appreciate what they have. I have gone without more than once. And it wasn't my college days of surviving on ramen noodles and a peanut butter sandwich. Actually, half a peanut butter sandwich. And eating one meal a day. It's because I didn't have the financial wherewithals to get anything better. But I feel by going through that, I have a greater appreciation for when things are going good and appreciating that I do have stuff in the cupboard, stuff in the freezer, and the tanks are full, so I know I'm not going to freeze over the next week or two. You can't always do everything by dollars and cents. You can't always do everything by how much you get back from other people. Because if you do either, you're not going to be a very happy individual. You're not going to get enough money or make enough money because you're always going to be wanting more. You're never going to be happy because most of the people that you try to help don't appreciate the fact that you did help, even though it was doing the right thing for them. Because a lot of people are looking at other people saying, why are they doing it? What's in it for them? They probably want something from me, right? See, there's two sides of the coin. You got the person that's trying to do a good deed for the other person, and that other person is thinking, what does this person want from me? And usually when I see either or, it's usually the same person. It's the same person looking for outside validation from others. It's the same person that's saying, why are they helping me? What is it? What's in it for them? They gotta want something because that's how you are, of wanting something in return. Does that make any sense? If it doesn't, good for you because you haven't been on that side of the fence. But I'm not a hypocrite either. I've been on both sides of the fence of trying to do other things for other people, looking for outside validation, and then looking at other people that help me and wanting to know, why are you helping me and what's in it for you? And I'll be honest with you, I hated myself then. Because I was focused on me, and nobody else. I didn't notice other people's struggles. Because I wasn't tuned into it. I was tuned into what about me? Making more money. You could give me $1 billion and I still wouldn't have been happy because I wanted more. Never finding that happy place of where you could actually just sit down and be at ease. So I know what it feels like to be on both sides of the fence. I know what it feels like to volunteer for stuff and be looking for outside feel goods versus feeling good on the inside and saying, I don't care where you put me, I'm here to help. I want to help. And when the camera crews roll in, I'm the one that's out of the picture. I don't need that. I've been there, done that. Wore the t-shirt, got rid of it. But I think it makes me a more well-rounded individual that I've experienced both sides. That's why I say there's nothing wrong in it. Doing it that way, but there's a better way. And that better way is from within. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. This isn't to make anybody feel bad or feel good. To me it's common sense. But for years I didn't get it. I didn't understand the value of helping others and feeling good within. I didn't. I was always looking for that outside validation. And by looking for that outside validation, more times than not, I felt let down. I felt used, abused, and not appreciated. How do we get to this better place? It's by simply accepting you for you and saying, I love me. And I don't need you to tell me how good I am. I know how good I am. So does he. You don't have to believe in him. I'm not pushing the Bible, but for me, I can't hide anything. And I don't do it just for him. I do it for me. So I am getting something out of it. It's that feeling good inside that I'm helping someone else that's in need. Sometimes it's just a smile to make somebody's day better. What do they say? When you smile, its serotonin levels go up. And I can remember years ago, there was this video that I watched, or this TV show that I watched. And they said, try this experiment out. Take, and when you're out in public, smile at someone and see how often they smile back. And more often than not, what I found, and I still find to this day, is if you smile at someone, they will smile back. You will get those ones that are just not having a good day to give you that smirk smile, but usually most people will smile back. It's the simple things. We've kind of gotten away from that, of making our lives so complex that we get to the point of hating ourselves, hating where we're at, hating what we're doing, because we've made our lives that complex, right? And sometimes it takes a while to unpack that complexity and put it into something that is simplistic. Wouldn't your life be so much easier if you went to work and you enjoyed going to work and you enjoyed being around your coworkers and you enjoyed helping each other out when possible? For the only reason that you feel it's the right thing to do, versus hating your life, hating going to work, hating your coworkers, and you have all that hate because you don't feel good inside. You feel you're missing something, and you are. You're missing the most simplistic thing in life, and that is from within. It is that simple. Because I hear people tell me it's just not that simple, Eric. Yes, it is. Stop trying to be something that you're not and just be yourself. If you find that being yourself is a turnoff to your friends, you have the wrong friends. You need to find new friends that appreciate you just being you. That quirky, say things that you probably shouldn't have said that just comes out. Or being too blunt is a turnoff to many, but to me, honesty has always been good for me. I would rather have you tell me the truth than make something up that is untrue. The simplicity of it is that you can change this at any time. That's the great thing. Just stop looking for external feel goods and go to internal. You know what internally you're missing and what your needs are, and that is to feel good about yourself. That doesn't come from somebody else, but when you feel good about yourself, you're going to have a glow about you, and other people are going to be attracted to that glow. I guarantee you. And it's going to be the right people because you're being yourself. You're not trying to be somebody that you're not, and that is a fake individual. Again, you may lose the friends that you think you have right now, but what I can tell you is they were never your friends for the real you. They were your friends because of the fake you. So you're not losing real friends. You're losing people that were attracted to the fake you. You need to find friends that are attracted to you. It's that simple. So on that note, I'm going to start wrapping this up. Most of us can say we've been on both sides of the fence if we have any age to us. Some people never get it. Some people keep looking for that outside feel good. and never become happy. Whereas other people get the light bulb turned on and say, you know what, I don't need outside validation to know I'm a good person because I already know that. I don't need outside validation to help some old lady get a box of crackers off the top shelf that three other people had walked right by her. And not to get on you young folks if you're watching this, but the three that walked by her were younger people. What are we teaching our kids? Take your headset off, your earbuds out, what have you, and come back to reality of we need each other. So on that note, you guys have a great Saturday. And we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning, right, for Eric's Sunday sermon. All right, guys, have a great day.